So I just made a live, a YouTube short about trusting the timing. And how about, we feel like life is on a countdown, right? And we are always trying to catch up, right? To catch up because we haven't we need to be like in a certain place, or there's things that we need to achieve and we haven't. So we put a lot of pressure on ourselves and on the universe, right? But actually, there's a reason. It sounds cliche, right? But there's a reason that things aren't happening exactly in the time that you want them to happen, right? Because sometimes there's a reason, and a lot of the time is we need to embody, and we need to be the version of ourselves that can hold the things that we want, right? And so the really hard thing about trusting the timing is a lot of things, right? We compare ourselves to others a lot of the time, and we see, oh, they are like achieved all those things, and I'm not there yet, right? So it make us feel like we are on a wrong timeline, or we are on a delay, or right, or things not happening according to what society expect us, or to what even our families, or by that age you need to be like at a certain point in your life, like, you know what I'm saying. But actually everyone has its own timeline, and everyone has its own journey, and you can't really compare your journey to others, right? There's a reason, right? There's a reason. And a lot of the time, in the process, in the gap, because like there's a certain gap between when you are right now and where you are want to be. But in that gap, hi everyone, good morning. But in that gap, that's where like all the transformation happens, right? In that gap, it's there where the transformation happen, and where the growth is happening, right? Because we live in a society that we want everything instant. No, I want it now, I want it yesterday. Do you know those people? I want it yesterday. But there's like certain laws in the universe, and life isn't happening that way. And actually it's a good thing, because just think, like, if like every negative thought or every negative scenario you had in your head just instantly manifested, you wouldn't like that, right? So it's the same with the positive stuff that we want to accomplish, right? So I only just joined. What are you talking about? I'm talking about we have problem trusting the timing. What we have, like, a lot of our issue comes from our relationship with time. Right? We want to things to happen faster. Oh, I think that we should have been like in a different place in our life by now. Right? And that creates a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves. And sometimes we don't have control over what's happening. Sometimes we don't have control or on the way that other people are going to respond to us, right? Because we want things to happen a certain way at a certain time, right? We know best. We think that we know best, right? We think that we know best, but actually there's like a higher power, your higher self, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, that it knows exactly where you are supposed to be at any given moment, right? So, but we have problem because we tend to compare ourselves to others' journey, right? Oh, he achieved that, I should, and we get it all the time from our friends and from society. Oh, you should have been like in a different place in your life by now. And it's just make us feel like bad about ourselves, like bad about everything, right? And then we are depressed, and then we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. But we don't know, and we don't trust that there's a reason for it, right? And we're exactly where we are supposed to be, because there are certain things, there are certain transformation, there are certain experiences that we need to have until we're going to get our, the things that we want happening. And sometimes we think what's best for us, but sometimes it's just not the best timing, right? I'm sure that you can recall experiences in your life that something that you really wanted didn't happen and you were just depressed about it, right? But after a while, like something else happened and you like just, oh my God, I'm just so grateful that things didn't happen the way I wanted them to be, because otherwise I wouldn't be in that perfect present moment when I receive everything that I wanted or even something better, right? So we have problem with the timing, right? We beat ourselves up, we try to push things, we put pressure on ourselves, we put pressure on everyone else, right? We think that people need to, adjust according to our timeline. I wish that was the case, but the best, if you want to, I actually made a live about it. If you want things to happen quicker, you need to slow down, because pressure can put a lot of resistance on yourself. And there are things that you don't really have control over, right? But when you are slowing down, when you are taking a breath for a moment, right? You kind of more chill about it. You are more neutral about it. You are more in the flow. You are more in the flow, rather than being in a constant pressure and, oh my God, I need to accomplish the, oh my God, my life isn't working. Oh my God, they told me that by that age I need to be in a certain place, right? But it doesn't work like this. It doesn't work like this, because your journey has its own timeline, whether we want it or not. And of course, there are things that we can do to make things happen faster in a way, right? So the first thing that we can do, it's not needing them to happen faster. And again, there's more things that we can do. Like sometimes you have a lesson to learn in the process. Let's say there's a certain scenario that you want to express yourself and you just don't express yourself, and you are not expressing yourself actually what's caused the delays, right? Because you are maybe like everyone else, I think, watching this video, like people pleasers, and we have problem to create tension with others and to express our needs. So sometimes there are delays because you are not expressing yourself, right? Just because you are not expressing yourself. So you think that you can control everyone, and at the same time, you don't need to express your needs, but sometimes you have to express yourself in order for things to move a little faster, right? But if you done everything you could, so there is no point that that if you're sitting there and beating yourself up, oh, he told me that I should have been in a different place with my business, with my relationship, with my, with my abundance, with my everything, right? Oh, those people, she should have been in a different place by now. Do you know those people? But our journey is not their journey. Maybe you need it and if you are watching this live, you are really self-aware, most likely you've been through a spiritual awakening, and you have more awareness than others, that's for sure, right? So maybe they're just living their life oblivious according to what the society wants them to be, but you have like a bigger purpose. Maybe you needed to eat like all this, a lot of SHIT in your life in order for you to learn a lot of lessons and then to spread it to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you experience a lot of hardship and you experience a lot of delays, and your journey is just not like any other everyone that it's not any other like everyone else's journey, because there's a bigger purpose. Maybe your mission is like to overcome those hardships and then to share your knowledge with everyone about it, right? So it's really important to not to like adjust and to take like a victim mentality, like poor me, right? And I'm not judging, right? I'm not judging. This is what I'm telling myself also, right? It's really easy for us to fall into the victim mentality state, like, oh, poor me, everything is against me. And we don't know that by saying this, actually, we're just, making those things permanent in our life. Because what happened in your life up until now, it doesn't mean that that's what will keep happening. Or if you haven't experienced what you want to experience up until now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to experience it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're not going to experience it. So the question is, are you willing to become friends with the present moment right now and with what's happening right now, and to be aware of your story so you can change your story? Because maybe it was just your story. Hi, good morning, Rich, good morning. So maybe it was your story up until now. That was your story, that you don't have any luck, or you can't really achieve what you want to achieve. But even quantum physics is saying that every moment is a new moment. Every moment is a new moment. Every moment is a new moment. And if you want to change your future, you can start doing so by being aware to the story that you are telling yourself in that present moment. Right? So yeah, so if you have question, go ahead. I didn't even told you that. Like, if you have question, go ahead and ask in the chat, right? So today we're talking about the timing. The timing. It's really hard for us, right? The time thing. Oh my God. Oh my God. We need everything to happen faster and according to our timelines, right? Because our egos knows best. But our ego mind, right? Our conscious mind doesn't know any better. It's just looking at your reality like, oh, this is all that I have, and this is all that I'm going to have. No, that's a lie. This is just your conscious mind. It's just observe what's happening in your reality. It doesn't create your reality. What really creates your reality is your subconscious mind. It creates like 97, 98% of your reality. So what you are seeing right now in your reality is just a result, right? It doesn't mean that it's permanent. It doesn't mean that it's going to last forever. And it doesn't mean that you are not going to experience everything you wanted to experience. And it doesn't matter if you're like 40, 50, 60 years old and your life was like a mess up until now. It doesn't matter. Let me see the question. There's a glare from the sun. If you are in the present moment, how everything is not instantaneous, right? Because, right, everything is not instantaneous because there's a certain delay, right? So you live everything, what you see right now It's what existing right now. But that's a result of your past beliefs. That's a result of your past behavior. And now you experience it right now. So I know it's really hard for us to accept it, the present moment, but to accept the present moment, it doesn't mean that you don't have like goals for yourself or you don't have intentions. You just need to live at peace with the present moment and telling yourself, you know what I'm seeing right now is just a result of my past beliefs, of my past behavior, of my subconscious mind beliefs. This is just a result. Maybe this is just a result of things that I was thinking about maybe 1 or 2 years ago. This is, because there is no time in the universe. So when you are accepting the present moment, then you can start to operate to change it. And you operate to change it is a paradox. You accept it, and then you create a new story. Because you know that couple of months from now, you're going to experience the story that you are telling yourself right now. So this is how you reconcile the present moment with the so-called future. You know what I'm saying? Yes, right. And also, yes, accepting and understanding the present moment. And just by me telling you that this present moment, and it's not me, right? You can go and search it. Go to ChatGPT, ask him, what's creating my reality? Is my subconscious belief creating my reality? Right? So you'll see that most of your reality are being created from your subconscious reality. So how do you change your subconscious? What your subconscious, you speak the language of the subconscious mind, and this language is the subconscious mind. It's mainly images, right? So start to go online, search for the things that you want to experience. Stop watching the news, right? Because most of the time what you hear in the news, it's not really good news, right? So you start to reprogram your subconscious mind, start to, to affirm things, right? In a question format. Why am I so abandoned, right? Why is there's a thing that I'm telling myself every morning. What is the best thing that can happen for me today? Right? Because usually when we wake up, our default state is, what is the worst thing that I can experience today? Oh my God, like yesterday was like a shitty day. Oh my God, here we go again, right? No. So you need, I think that Jim Rohn said this phrase, be the guard for the gate of your mind. You need to be the guard. Otherwise, you will be like in a default state. You will let the circumstances affect you rather than you start to affect the circumstances. And the way you do it, it's a process, is to start to reprogram yourself, to be aware of the things that are going through your mind, and to live in the present moment, even though it's not what's preferable. If it's not, it's what you had in mind exactly, right, for this present moment. Let's see the question. Why is abundance is my natural state of being? And I told you I started to do this book by Rhonda Byrne. She's the woman that wrote The Secret, and this book called Countdown to Riches. And what I like about her books, usually, for 21 days, she give you little assignment about like abundance, because she knows that after 21 days, your subconscious start to adjust. So one of the missions that she gave, I think last week, is to do like a vision board with all your money-related things, like a picture of dollars and coins and gold, and like your dream home, like everything that represent abundance to you. And I really like her book because it's not just about abundance, it's about the transformation. It's about changing your mindset about it, right? So like now I have in my car these like dollar signs, you know, I just printing them from Canva. So, and yeah, and when you do those things, it starts to be like fun, right? When you start to do those things. So it's all about changing your mindset to an abundant mindset. And abundance, it's not just money. Like you can go to the grocery store and see all the vegetable or the fruits and to tell yourself, oh my God, there's so much abundance. Abundance of everything. Abundance of like, oh, here's the sun. Like there's abundance of her air for us to breathe, right? There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of there's a lot of things, you know? There's a lot of everything. So start to, and that's another thing that I use, being grateful. Being grateful, I will say it again and again. Being grateful is the most powerful technique because when you are being grateful, think about it. When you say thank you, it means that you already have the thing that you want to experience, right? And it really helps you to shift your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. And when, like there's a saying, right? What you are focused on expands. So when you are grateful for things as they are, even if they are not perfect, in your current reality, the universe will bring you more things to be grateful for. It's a technique. It's not about being nice. Oh, I'm grateful for the sun. No, new agey stuff. I'm grateful. Oh, let's be all live in gratitude. No. It's like really, it's a technique. And especially if you use gratitude, like to have like gratitude in advance for stuff. Right? So if you want to experience something like a beautiful day, thank you for this like beautiful day ahead. If you have like a certain like an important meeting with someone, or if you have something like thank you for everything going well for me, right? You have to live with intention. Like everything to live with intention. Even me, before I'm driving my car, I'm like telling myself, you know, there's something that I learned from someone, and I'm telling myself, thank you, thank you for the most smooth and safe and enjoyable ride. Right? So like everything is an intention. And she also talked about it in this book, that you have to live your life with an intention state of mind. Like there's a saying, you can live a life with intention, or you can exist by default, right? So everything is an intention. So, right, so every time you want to experience something, just tell yourself thank you. Just thank you for everything going on like perfectly for me today. Right, so timing. So let's go back to the timing. So timing is actually an illusion, because what's really the only moment that exists is right now, right? And even though right now, your current reality, you are not like in your current reality, it doesn't mean that it has to stay like this. It doesn't mean that it will. It doesn't mean that you are not going to experience the thing that you wanted. Like I think that already talked about it, like the guy that established the KFC, the Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was like, I think in his 80s, and he was like broke, and he like told himself, you know what? You know what? Like, the only thing that I know how to do is my dad's old recipe for chicken. And he started to do it, and he just started to go from door to door to door to door. And, you know, he received a lot of no's, but actually received a lot of yes also, right? And then he became like an empire, right? So it doesn't matter how old you are, it's just an illusion, right? So let's see the comment. I'm grateful for what I have and what's coming. Yes, and also repetition is the key. Exactly. So why repetition is the key? Because your subconscious mind has a program, and a program it's not easily changed, right? So only by repetition you can actually go to the hard disk, right? To the program and change it, right? So even though, so if you take something from today's live, be grateful for what you have, even though you don't think it's like a lot, right? Be grateful for what you have right now. And like the universal law, it's like a universal law, right? If you be grateful, you're going to experience more situations and things to be grateful for. This is just the law of attraction, if you want. This is like the basic, right? Law of attraction, right? So you know what I'm saying? So accept the present moment as it is. Be grateful. Like, I'll give you an example, really quick example. Like recently, I haven't like feeling really well. And you know, I had like a complication from like a flu or something, right? And I noticed that I'm like, my body used to hurt like sort in a certain points, and I'm like talking about everyone. Oh, I'm in pain. And it just, you know, it just continued. And one day I just caught myself and I'm Limor. Like, what are you doing? You're just talking about how you are not really feeling well, but by doing so, you're being ungrateful for the health that you still have. So I started to be grateful for the health that I still have, right? And then things started to shift. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We always have to be in awareness with what's going through our heads right now, because this is the only way that we can change it, right? So accept the present moment as it is, and be aware of the story that you are telling yourself, and be aware of, ask yourself, where do I put my focus right now about how I want to have the things that I want, or right? And you know, by doing so, we're not going to get what we want just by thinking, oh, I want to get what I want, right? Yes, sometimes we need to plan for things, right? You can plan for things and immediately go back to the present moment, right? You can visualize, you can, you know, write them down, you can do a vision board, right? So this is why my mantra is to accept and expect. Accept the present moment as it is and expect things to go better, or to go your way, or to go in your favor, right? So yeah, so if you have questions, go ahead and ask in the chat. So timing, it's none of your business, because your journey has its own rhythm and its own timeline. And the hard part for us is just to accept it and to trust it, right? And the way for us to trust it is actually to embrace what's happening right now, to accept it. I'm not saying that you have to like it. You have just to be in peace, because when you are at peace with it, you are not in a resistant mode for it. And you know, when we are infusing resistance to a situation, what we resist persists, is going to take longer. So just accept it, do what you can, have your intentions right as much as you can, And if you have like bad days, it's okay to have like a bad day. It's okay to have like bad couple of days when you are not aware, when you are reactive, when everything go like wrong, and you feel like down. That's okay. That's okay. This is just part of the process, right? But as long as you are not staying there for a consistent, uh, you know, for consistent part of your reality, of your time, right? Just for accept it. I have like these bad days. Just let it go through you, right? Emotions are energy in motions. Just let yourself experience those emotions, and by experiencing them, actually, they will pass. I promise you. A lot of the time, I like feel down. I feel like I'm catching myself. Oh, Limor, wait a minute. There's like an emotions that you're not really that needs your attention. So I'm like talking to my emotions. Like, oh, I see you, sadness. Okay, what do you want? And all of a sudden it's like disappear. It's like I'm telling you, it's like a child that like having like doing a tantrum. It just need your attention. And when you look at a child, it's like, right? So it's the same with our negative emotions. Like I'm telling you, like try it out. So my mission for you for today is just to notice what you are experiencing right now, and always ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Right? And if you're feeling down, accept it, and then you're going to start to feel a little like peace with yourself. And then tell yourself what is the new story that you want to experience, right? And it's just a constant adjusting, right? Until one day you are going to experience it. But in the meantime, fall in love with the gap from where you are right now for where you want to be. I am doing fine. How are you doing? How can my life be better now? How can your life be better now? Is to accept the present moment. It's to accept the present moment and to look at all the things that going well in your life right now. And I'm sure that there are things that are going well in your life, right? The real key is to always shift our focus from what we don't have right now to what we do have right now and what we want to experience. So I'm telling you, yes, you're welcome. I'm telling you, when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I was an emotional mess. My emotions were all over the place. And I just wanted to feel better. And what helped me to feel better, actually, it's the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And I practice day in, day out, being present. And I experience a lot of emotions and ups and downs, right? And you know what happens after you making your being present a lifestyle? You become in alignment with the present moment, whether you want it or not. And then you start to attract everything that you want. And you don't even need to do anything. So this is how powerful being present is. Yes. So I'm going to wish you a wonderful rest of the day. So take care, and sending you so much blessing and love. If you are watching the replay, go ahead. You can ask questions in the comment section. So thank you so much for watching and for engaging in the chat. I appreciate you so much, sending you so much love, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.